Hello and welcome to another video from Midas Touch Toys, Games, Collectibles. And today, well, we're looking at something that's now quite old. And these have become quite collectible and they're becoming increasingly more and more difficult to find in any condition. But we are looking at the 1995 release by Boxtree Books from their Doctor Who series of books. And this particular item we're looking at today is of the Postcard collection. Now, this was a book that had an assortment of different postcards from the classic Doctor Who series basically into the book, and you could tear out the postcards if you wanted to and send them off and use them, but they are all in the postcard format with colour photographs from each from episodes, I should say, with a very, very short bio on the back of the postcard, and so you could either leave them in the book and keep them as a collector's book, or you could take them out and use them as postcards. And obviously it's all based on the original Doctor Who series, or the classic Doctor Who series, which first aired in 1963. Now, the original series ran for 26 years. So it ran from 1963 through to 1989 before it was shelved. There was a TV movie produced after that in 1996, and then obviously Doctor Who was brought back to TV in 2005. So there were 7 actors that played the part of the Doctor in the classic series. So it started with William Hartnell, who played the Doctor from 63 to 66. Then we had Patrick Troughton, who played the Doctor from 66 through to 69. John Pertwee, 1970 to 1974. Tom Baker was 1975, so at the end of 74 or 75, and he played it until 1982. Then we had Peter Davison, who was 82 to 84. Colin Baker, who was 84 to 86. 87. And then Sylvester McCoy was 87, and he remained the Doctor right through until the Paul McGann movie in 1996. And then, of course, the show came back in 2005 with Christopher Eccleston as the Doctor, and the rest is history. Okay, so this particular postcard collection is all based on that classic series. It is a small book, and this is a copy of it in front of us. Now, before I open it, I just want to give you some measurements so you can see the size. So we're looking at an overall length of 17.5 centimeters and a height of 12 centimeters. So that gives you the idea of the size of the postcard, which I think is pretty much standard postcard size. So in front of a book it says Postcard Collection, and it's got the classic Doctor Who logo, and there's an image from the 3 Doctors of John Pertwee and Patrick Troughton, both portraying the Doctor, and you've got the Boxtree logo on the side there. Okay, if I turn it over to the back, it says the beauty of Doctor Who was that it was a continued mystery. You didn't know who he was or where the next story would take you as a viewer. And that was John Pertwee. Doctor Who has fascinated generations and has endured time to become a TV science fiction classic. This superb postcard collection features some of the best scenes from Doctor Who. You've got the Boxtree details there. There's an image of a Dalek there, classic Dalek. And it's licensed by BBC Worldwide Limited, and you've got the ISBN and the barcode on the bottom there. If I just turn the box to the side, the book to the side, it says Doctor Who Postcard Collection, and you've got the Boxtree logo again. Okay, that's the book. Let's open it up and let's see what we got inside. Okay, so I've opened the book up, and this is what we've got. So it says Postcard Collection, introduction by Adrian Wigglesfoot, and you've got the Boxtree logo. And if I turn it over there, you can see it's got first published in Great Britain in 1995 by Boxtree Limited, and then it gives you all the copyright and licensing information on the side there. And it's got introduction. Okay, so it says, the voyages of the TARDIS and its eccentric owner, with his unreading array of companions and ingenuity, came to an end in 1989 after 26 years of broadcasting. There were 157 adventures, over 650 episodes, and in excess of 280 hours of material, to Doctor Who's credit. By this time, at the height of its popularity, the series had a worldwide audience of 110 million viewers, with stories being transmitted into everything from, or translated, I should say, into everything from Arabic to Dutch. And now a whole new generation are discovering the programme due to continual releases of archived material on video by the BBC. Although the cameras may not be recording anymore, the series is anything but dead. Remember, this was back in 1995, before the series revised. It says it took time for the facts to be revealed, with the initial mystery of exactly who the Doctor was lasting for the duration of the black and white era of the show, with the answers being revealed at the end of the Patrick Troughton's tenure as the second Doctor in 1969, having taken over from the original actor William Hartnell in 1966. The Doctor was a Time Lord who had stolen the TARDIS, the dimensionally impossible time machine which surely every child knew as standing for time and relative dimensions in space. From his own race, bored of their strict policy of non-interference and keen to explore the universe, caught, tried and found guilty, the Doctor was sent to Earth with a forced regeneration. When William Hartnell left the series, the production team devised a way of bringing a new actor in to take over by giving the Doctor the ability to physically change into an entirely different person. This, it later became clear, was a natural faculty the Time Lords possessed, allowing their lives to continue when their bodies become old or ill. From 1970 onwards, the series exploded into colour for the first time, and John Pertwee played the Doctor for 5 series, until 1974, when the longest-serving actor in the role, Tom Baker, made his debut around the Christmas period of that year. Baker stayed on until 1981 with the 7 series to his credit, before Peter Davison took over for 3 years. Doctor Who reached beyond its 20th anniversary in 1983, and a new actor arrived at the time as the Time Lord at the end of the following year, with Colin Baker becoming the 6th Doctor until 1986. Sylvester McCoy became the final actor to date to take on the role in 1987, and the programme came to its apparent end at the end of the 3rd series as the 7th Doctor. Doctor Who was created to fill the gap between Grandstand, with its live coverage of a variety of sports, and Jukebox Jury, aimed at the teenage members of the audience on a Saturday afternoon. A science fiction adventure series was needed to act as a family viewing, although primarily it would keep the younger viewers entranced. Devised by the joint creative efforts of BBC's head of drama Sidney Newman and Donald Wilson and C.E. Bunny Webber, the adventures of an elderly man and his granddaughter, accompanied by 2 of her school teachers, in the Doctor's bizarre time machine with the exterior of the battered blue police box, ran way beyond their initial hopes of a run of 13 episodes or so, and that was due to the Daleks. 5 weeks into the series, the cliffhanger of the episode in question saw a hint of the shape of an alien creature approaching one of the Daleks' companions, and when the full-blown Dalek themselves appeared the following week, brilliantly designed by Raymond P. Cossack from Terry Nation's script, the public went wild. The Daleks caused a sensation, and it was inevitable that they would return home time and time again, becoming the Doctor's most durable adversary over the years. But they were not alone. Cybermen, the Ice Warriors, the Yeti, the Centaurans, the Zarbi, the Axons, the Cheetah People, the list goes on, ranging from robots to reptiles and madmen to deranged computers, all of them intent on destroying the Doctor. In the end, the answers to why the TARDIS vanished from our screens still remains elusive. The ratings were no longer what they had once been, but nevertheless there was always an audience there. Today the press is full of speculation over whether the series will return as an American venture, and books and merchandise keep the TARDIS in flight. Whatever the case, one thing is for certain: Doctor Who will never be gone for good. Okay, and there's the first postcard, which is of the Daleks Emperor, and there's a Dalek there, and on the back it tells you the episode, which is Daleks, Doctor Who, The Evil of the Daleks, featuring Patrick Troughton as the Doctor, and tells you transmission dates. And then we've got the Brigadier, and that's from The Mind of Evil, We've got the Zygons, and that is from Terror of the Zygons. We've got the Master, and that is from the Time Monster. So the Master and Queen Galilea. And we've got the Doctor and Joe Grant, and that's from Terror of the Autons. We've got the Cybermen, and that's from the Five Doctors, I believe. John Pertwee again. He was trying to fix his voice box, or translation box, and that's the Sea Devils. Then we've got another one, and that one is from the Carnival Monsters. Tom Baker and Sarah Jane Smith, and that is from Mask of Mandragora. The Daleks again, I think that's from Planet of the Daleks. Tom Baker from Terror of the Zygons. That's an Ogron from Frontier in Space. We've got the Fifth Doctor and Chameleon, and that's from the King's Demons. The Fifth Doctor again in a cell, and that's from the Kaiser Androzani. That is a Crinoid from the Seeds of Doom. Then we've got Colin Baker, and that's from the Two Doctors. The Pirate Captain, and that's from the Pirate Planet. And then we've got a scene from the Two Doctors where you've got Colin Baker, Patrick Troughton, and Jamie, played by Fraser Hines there, and that's from the Two Doctors. Sylvester McCoy is the Doctor, and that's from Battlefield. And again, Sylvester McCoy there, and that's all from Dragonfire. And then we've got Perry, and that is from the serial The Trial of a Time Lord, parts 5 to 8. Okay, that is the postcard collection, and that's all the postcards that come in the set. A nice little brief history there on the Doctor Who as well, a nice little synopsis that comes with it. Okay, how well did these do back in the day? Well, 2005, Doctor Who had been off our screens for quite some time. We had the 30th celebrations, and we did have episodes being rerun on the satellite channels, and there was a few special short programs that were produced for the 30th anniversary, and they were shown on the satellite channels as well. And this was, even though this was a couple of years later, it was all still part of those 30th anniversary productions. So yes, I think they've done quite well at the time. I don't know how many were produced. Boxtree usually mass produce, so I'm sure they were produced in quite a large quantity, and they've done rather well. I can remember us having these in the shop. We had a whole case of these come in, and they sold fairly well over the course of the next year. They were just used to trickle off the shelf. People used to come in, see Doctor Who merchandise, thought, oh yeah, pick the postcards up, have a look at them, and then buy a set. They were fairly cheap at the time, and they did sell very well. So yeah, they've done exactly what they were supposed to do. Okay, let's move forward 30 years now to 2025, which is where we are today. Do these come up for sale very often on the platforms? Well, yeah, you do see them still popping up from time to time on the platforms. Not as often as they used to. You go back 10, 15 years ago, and they were coming up very, very regularly. You would see loads and loads of these on the platforms. Nowadays, you see the odd one here, the odd one there. Again, the years have gone on. They're 30 years old now. Any that you find on platforms or anywhere are going to have some kind of shelfware on the edges of them, where they've been sitting on a shelf or they've been tucked in a box or whatever. But there is going to be some kind of wear. So unless, of course, they were, still shrink wrapped in the original shrink wrapping, which I don't ever remember seeing any wrapped in shrink wrap. So everyone you find will have some kind of shelfware. I mean, these particular ones, we've got probably about half a dozen of these books, postcard collections available, which all came from a shop buyout of a toy and comic book shop, which had been around for many, many years, and they decided to retire, so we bought out all their stock. And there was about half a dozen of these that were still on their shelves. So they all have some kind of shelfware along the edges, and there are a few marks where the books have been opened and looked at in the shop, but generally, other than that, once you get past the cosmetics of the edges of the books, they're pretty much in mint condition all the rest of the way through. And we do have about 6 of these books, and as of today they are available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to very simply by clicking the link below. It will take you straight to the website where you're about to find this and many other vintage Doctor Who items and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles. Come to that, there's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website, and there will be something for everybody. And I'm absolutely positive this is something that you're not going to want to miss, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new items which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there's something in particular you're looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or perhaps just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories. Well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing this wonderful, wonderful Doctor Who postcard collection set with me. Thank you for watching, and we will see you again next video. So bye for now.